Close your eyes. Picture a room bathed in soft, warm light. Flickering candles illuminate the space. A subtle, inviting fragrance hangs in the air. There is a profound sense of calm. A special kind of magic is about to unfold. This is the intimate setting we are stepping into. The first notes begin to drift through the stillness. A saxophone whispers a soulful melody. Soft drums lay down a gentle rhythm. Perhaps a keyboard adds layers of warm chords. It beckons you closer, inviting you to lean in and truly listen. It creates a world, a sanctuary of sound. Then the voice emerges. It is like velvet, rich and impossibly smooth. This voice sings of profound love, the sting of heartbreak. The stories are universal, yet they feel deeply personal. These vocalists were true storytellers. This unique atmosphere is inextricably linked to the 1980s. It was a decade often painted in neon brights and bold synth-pop. Yet a more sensual, sophisticated sound flourished. This music offered an escape, a comfort, a deeply personal soundtrack. We are about to explore this incredible chapter in music history. While the 1980s pulsed with the high energy of new wave and pop anthems, another powerful musical current was shaping the decade. It was smoother, more soulful, and deeply romantic. This essay will be our guide, taking a deep dive into this often overlooked yet incredibly influential side of 80s music, smooth R&B. We will revisit the monumental contributions of artists who became legends, like Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, and Teddy Pendergrass. They were the creators of entire emotional landscapes. Our exploration will focus on understanding what made this music so special and so enduring. We will listen closely to the lush harmonies and heartfelt lyrics. This essay aims to uncover how these distinct elements came together to create the signature romantic vibe that defined a generation's quiet moments. Get ready to immerse yourself in these timeless sounds. For some, this will be a nostalgic trip, for others, a new discovery. We will not only listen to the iconic tracks but also seek to understand the feeling they evoked and the lasting legacy they have left behind. This is an invitation to experience the enduring allure and the smooth, sophisticated soul of 1980s R&B. Let the journey begin. As the 1980s dawned, disco faded, but its energy scattered. Funk and soul continued to echo, evolving and redefining popular music. Synthesizers became accessible, and drum machines offered new rhythmic possibilities. MTV launched, transforming music consumption. A countercurrent emerged. Listeners sought warmth and emotional connection. In the early 80s, R&B saw a shift. While funk thrived, a quieter, more adult style emerged. It turned inward, exploring relationships and mature emotions. This style emphasized melody and rich vocal harmonies. Lyrical content matured, delving into themes of love and heartache. Rooted in jazz and gospel, this fusion created a soulful sound. The transition towards the smooth, romantic R&B of the 1980s was a gradual evolution, nurtured by pioneering artists. George Benson, Peabo Bryson, and Roberta Flack championed this smoother, more sophisticated sound. Production techniques and lush string arrangements created rich, atmospheric soundscapes. These pioneers carved out a distinct niche within the R&B landscape, setting the stage for a new wave of R&B superstars. As the early 1980s progressed, the elements converged for smooth, romantic R&B. The audience was demonstrably receptive to this intimate and emotionally rich music. Studio technology gave artists the tools to realize their lush sonic visions. Radio played a key role in popularizing this evolving sound. Across the country, the Quiet Storm format gained immense popularity, connecting artists directly with an eager listenership. The stage was set for a new generation of artists. The scene was now ready for legends like Marvin Gaye, Luther Vandross, and Teddy Pendergrass. By the 1980s, Marvin Gaye was a monumental figure, his voice defining the Motown sound. Grappling with personal frustrations, he sought refuge in Europe. In Ostend, Belgium, he began collaborating with Gordon Banks. The seeds of midnight love started to germinate. He embraced emerging technologies, incorporating the Roland TR-808. A transformative sound was being meticulously brought to life. When Sexual Healing was unleashed in 1982, its impact was immediate. The song drifted from radios and captivated listeners with an allure that was entirely new. Marvin Gaye's voice floated over a sparse, hypnotic rhythm, feeling intensely personal. Its message of connection resonated globally, touching millions. The lyrical content was a masterpiece of vulnerability and mature sensuality. The phrase, sexual healing, became a metaphor for mending the soul. The song became a global phenomenon, soaring to the top of charts. It redefined sensual R&B, creating a new template for love ballads. Midnight Love, while featuring sexual healing, was a cohesive work of art. Songs like Rockin' After Midnight brought joyful energy. Themes of intimacy and longing were explored with Gaye's signature vocal grace. The production captured the spirit of early 80s R&B. The blend of electronic elements with Marvin Gaye's soulful delivery was masterful. Midnight Love crafted an unmistakable atmosphere. The smooth grooves created a sonic sanctuary. The release was met with critical acclaim. It earned him 2 Grammy Awards. Midnight Love solidified his status as an innovator. The impact of Midnight Love, and particularly its standout single Sexual Healing, on the trajectory of R&B music throughout the 1980s cannot be overstated. Marvin Gaye, with his innovative embrace of electronic instrumentation and his redefined approach to sensuality, provided a fresh blueprint for the genre. Many artists who followed sought to capture that same sophisticated blend of modern production and deeply soulful vocal expression. The distinctive sound of the TR-808, once a novelty, became a staple in R&B. He effectively modernized the love ballad for a new generation of listeners. Gaye's 80s sound became a cornerstone for the burgeoning Quiet Storm radio format and the broader romantic R&B scene. His music, with its intimate atmosphere and mature themes, perfectly encapsulated the essence of this subgenre. Aspiring and established artists alike took note, drawing inspiration from his ability to convey profound emotion with such elegance and control. His influence helped to shape the sound of countless slow jams that would define late-night radio for years to come. Marvin Gaye's entire career was marked by a relentless desire to innovate and push artistic boundaries, and Midnight Love was a brilliant final testament to this spirit. From his early Motown hits to his socially conscious masterpieces of the 70s, he constantly evolved. His 80s work demonstrated his remarkable ability to adapt to new technologies and musical trends without ever sacrificing his unique artistic voice. He absorbed the new sounds of the decade and molded them to fit his singular vision, creating something that was both current and unmistakably Marvin Gaye. The tragic and untimely death of Marvin Gaye in 1984 cut short a career that was experiencing a magnificent resurgence. His passing sent shockwaves through the music world and cemented his status as an immortal legend. Though his 80s output was tragically brief, its impact was immense and continues to resonate deeply. Midnight Love stands as a powerful final chapter in an extraordinary musical journey, a testament to his enduring genius. His voice, his vision, and his innovative spirit continue to inspire new generations of artists and captivate listeners, ensuring that the legacy of Marvin Gaye lives on. Before his solo career, Luther Vandross lent his talents to stars like David Bowie and Chaka Khan. He sang on commercials, his jingles becoming memorable. His unique voice was smooth and soulful. His work with Change on The Glow of Love showcased his signature sound. As the 80s dawned, Luther was poised to deliver. In 1981, Luther Vandross debuted with Never Too Much, an instant anthem. It burst from radios, a joyous declaration of love. This was Luther's grand entrance. Never Too Much blended post-disco energy. The groove was irresistible, compelling listeners to dance. Luther Vandross was a phenomenon in the making. Luther Vandross was a master storyteller, drawing listeners into the heart of every love song. His ballads became his signature lush arrangements, intricate harmonies, and a voice that made every emotion feel personal. Vandross reimagined classics like A House Is Not a Home, making them uniquely his own. In the studio, he was meticulous, layering vocals and perfecting every detail for maximum emotional impact. Throughout the 1980s, his music became the soundtrack for romance. After Never Too Much, Luther Vandross delivered a string of hit albums, each refining his signature sound and vocal mastery. His live shows were legendary. Flawless vocals, emotional intensity, and a sophisticated stage presence. In 1989, Here and Now became a crossover smash and earned him his first Grammy, cementing his place in music history. By decade's end, Vandross was an R&B institution, inspiring a generation of singers with his artistry and perfectionism, his legacy a new standard for romantic R&B. While Vandross was smooth, Teddy Pendergrass commanded with a raw, powerful baritone, equal parts strength and tenderness. As lead singer of Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes, Teddy's voice captivated with hits like If You Don't Know Me By Now. His solo career amplified his charisma, blending sensitivity and masculinity. Albums like Teddy Pendergrass established him as a force in late 70s and early 80s R&B. Teddy Pendergrass perfected intimacy, especially with his For Women Only concerts. Turn Off the Lights became an anthem, direct, passionate yet sophisticated. His blend of power and smoothness set him apart. Teddy's music fused soul with the quiet storm vibe, but with more grit. He became a symbol of romantic fantasy, his voice a soundtrack for connection. Teddy Pendergrass captured heartbreak with as much mastery as he did passion. Love TKO is a raw portrayal of emotional defeat, resonating with anyone who's loved and lost. His aching, powerful, and vulnerable delivery turned personal pain into universal anthems. Teddy's music explored the highs and lows of love, making it deeply relatable and enduring. He invited listeners to share in both ecstasy and agony, forging a powerful emotional bond. In 1982, a car accident left Teddy Pendergrass paralyzed, threatening his career. Defying the odds, he returned with Love Language and the hit duet Hold Me with Whitney Houston. Even from a wheelchair, his voice retained its power, inspiring millions. Teddy's legacy, a raw, masculine energy in R&B, exploring love with honesty. His spirit made him a titan of soul, influencing generations. The 1980s saw the rise of Quiet Storm, named after Smokey Robinson's hit. It captured a feeling of gentle romance and late-night reflection. The format featured soft, slow, romantic R&B tracks perfect for evening listening. Championed by stations, visionary DJs recognized the desire for mature, romantic R&B. The Quiet Storm became the definitive soundtrack for romance and relaxation. In the mid-1980s, Anita Baker's voice emerged, embodying sophisticated soul. Her unique vocal style offered a refreshing alternative to higher-pitched vocalists. Baker possessed an innate elegance, signaling a new era of soulful expression. Her 1986 album, Rapture, became a cornerstone of the Quiet Storm sound. Baker's music blended jazz and R&B, exploring mature love themes. She brought musical sophistication to R&B, inspiring a generation. Baker defined the Quiet Storm's elegant qualities, leaving a lasting mark. Emerging from the UK in the mid-1980s, the band Sade, fronted by Helen Folasade Adu, introduced a uniquely cool and captivating sound. Their music was a subtle, jazz-infused blend of soul, pop, and R&B, characterized by minimalist arrangements and an almost understated sensuality. Sade Adu's Nigerian and British heritage, along with the diverse backgrounds of her bandmates, contributed to a cosmopolitan sound. They carved out a distinct niche, offering a sophisticated alternative that resonated with listeners worldwide. Their debut album, Diamond Life, released in 1984, was an international sensation. It featured iconic tracks like Smooth Operator and Your Love Is King. These songs immediately established the band's signature style, sleek, polished, and imbued with an air of mystery. Sade Adu, with her striking looks and cool demeanor, became an instant style icon. The band cultivated an image of effortless elegance and sophistication, which perfectly complemented their refined musical approach. Sade Adu's vocal delivery was a key element of their distinctive sound. Her voice was smoky, sultry, and incredibly controlled. The band's musicianship was equally refined, characterized by tasteful saxophone solos, gentle guitar lines, and spacious rhythms. This minimalist approach gave Sade a sound that was uniquely their own. Sade achieved phenomenal global success throughout the 1980s and beyond, further cementing their status. Sade's appeal transcended genre boundaries. They created timeless music that continues to captivate listeners, proving that sometimes the most powerful statements are made with a gentle touch and impeccable style. Alongside Anita Baker and Sade, Freddie Jackson emerged as a towering figure of 1980s Quiet Storm R&B. Jackson possessed a smooth tenor suited for romantic ballads. His debut album, Rock Me Tonight, released in 1985, established him as a leading man of romantic R&B. You Are My Lady further solidified his reputation as a master balladeer. 1980s R&B blended technology with musicality. Synthesizers like the Yamaha DX7 played a starring role. Drum machines revolutionized rhythm sections. Bass lines, synthesized or fretless, provided a warm presence. This resulted in a richly textured, sophisticated and polished sound. At the very core of 80s R&B was the lead vocal. The singers were true virtuosos, navigating complex melodies with ease. The voice was the primary instrument, conveying the song's message and mood. The decade showcased an incredible diversity of vocal styles within the R&B genre. Lyrically, 80s R&B often turned inward, exploring the complexities of adult relationships. The lyrics frequently moved beyond simple declarations of "I love you," painting vivid emotional pictures. The contribution of background vocals and intricate harmonies was also a defining characteristic, creating a rich tapestry of sound. The magic of 80s R&B was profoundly experiential. These songs were meticulously crafted to be felt deep within the listener's core. They possessed an almost uncanny ability to evoke specific moods and stir particular emotions. This deep emotional resonance was underpinned by a distinct production philosophy. Producers acted as architects of sound, consistently aiming for an exceptionally high level of polish. An unwavering attention to detail in the studio was paramount. This dedication contributed significantly to the enduring appeal of 80s R&B. Ultimately, all these characteristics combined to create truly unforgettable musical moments. These songs became time capsules of heart and soul. The smooth R&B sounds of the 1980s laid a critical foundation for much of the music that followed. You can hear the undeniable influence of 80s R&B in many contemporary stars like Maxwell, Alicia Keys, and Her. The smooth grooves and signature synth textures of 80s R&B have frequently been sampled. The enduring appeal of 80s R&B also lies in its unwavering dedication to pure artistry. The smooth sounds of 1980s R&B continue to provide immense comfort and profound joy to listeners. For many, these songs evoke a powerful sense of nostalgia, transporting them back to cherished moments. New generations are constantly discovering the unique magic of these timeless tracks. 80s R&B serves as a significant cultural touchstone. Its themes of love, longing, and heartbreak are universal and timeless. The authenticity of the emotions conveyed by the vocalists was truly undeniable.